Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am talking about the popular Nigerian jollof rice. That's what we're cooking today. As you can see, I have my tomatoes and my sweet pepper in this pot. I'm going to be adding scotch bonnet later on, but at this particular time I'm leaving it without scotch bonnet because when you boil scotch bonnet, everybody starts to cough because it's spicy. So I'm just boiling this without the scotch bonnet. So if you don't know the popular Nigerian jollof rice, this is for you. And if you have been trying different type of method for your jollof rice and it has not been coming out well, you need to watch this video. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. If you have been here before, like, comment, share my videos, and I'll be posting more videos from time to time and share my recipe with all of you. So now my tomato and sweet pepper is all boiled, it's all cooked, as you can see. They look all soft, and now I am blending. Now for my jollof rice, I like to blend my pepper paste really smooth. It's not everybody that blends their tomatoes and peppers smooth, but for this particular recipe I'm going to be blending it for a while, and I'm going to be making sure it's really smooth. Now if you're not Nigerian, jollof rice is a popular Nigerian dish. In fact, it's popular in West Africa and some other African countries, and every part of the West Africa kind of have their own, every country have their own recipe per se, and each country even have so many other recipe to cook this food, so you can imagine what I'm talking about. Okay, let's get started. So now I'm using half a cup of oil for this recipe. So I put my oil in my pot. I want it super hot. You know when you hear that sound when you put something in it that it does shh, that's what I want to hear. That's when you know the oil is ready. So I'm putting in my tin tomatoes here. You can use any tin tomato of your choice. I don't have a preference. I just buy whatever is available to me. I'm using two full spoons here, 2 full tablespoons. My tablespoon is not the regular tablespoon, so you can see it's a lot of tin tomatoes. So that's what I'm using. You don't want to use a lot of tin tomatoes too, because you don't want it to be sour, but this particular size that I've used, I think it's best for this 4 cups of rice that I'm going to be cooking. So what I'm doing here is just stirring in. I think my tin tomato here is cold, so I was kind of struggling with it to get it to scatter. So I'm using my spoon to scatter it around and fry it. You want to fry this until you almost get, that golden, almost burnt look, because you want it really fried. You don't want to taste anything sour in your jollof rice. So I'm going to be taking my time to do this. As if you notice, I did not start with frying onions. This is one recipe that I use. If you want to use onions at this stage, you are definitely welcome to do so. So now I am putting in my bay leaf and my thyme. So I'm frying the bay leaf and the thyme at this point. The bay leaf is just to give it that aroma, that aroma that tells you it's party jollof rice. And then it also has a particular taste that it gives it. At the end of the day, when you finish cooking, you remove your bay leaves, because of course it's not something that you can eat. It tastes really bitter, so you don't want to eat it. And then the thyme also has its flavor too. So now I'm pouring in my already blended tomato and pepper paste, and I'm mixing everything together. Look at how red it is. I think at this stage, everything is going well. It looks super great, and I'm putting my seasoning here. So I'm using Knorr seasoning. If you want to use any other type of seasoning, you're definitely welcome. I'm using a little bit of curry and salt to taste. So that's just what I have put in here, and I'm just stirring together. Just so at this point, I'm putting it on high heat, just because I need a lot of heat at this point to fry this sauce. Just so you know, remember that we have already cooked these tomatoes already, and the pepper, so it doesn't have to cook for a very long time. But here I'm just trying to fry a little bit, so you can see it looks almost already. It looks ready at this point. I'm just stirring. I'm stirring so that it doesn't get burnt, and I'm just trying to get all the sauce, all the seasoning and everything in. Again, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. You don't want to miss out when I post new videos. Like, share, comment. Let me know what you think of my recipe. Here is the stock that I got from a chicken that I cooked before I started making my jollof rice. So I'm just putting in the stock from that chicken into my mix. Now you can put stock from either goat meat or beef, chicken, turkey, whatever it is. The stock is really very important. It gives it that one particular flavor. So like, ensure you use stock. So here I'm washing rice, and if you don't have stock, you don't have to use stock, but the stock is always advisable. Here I am just washing my rice. I like to wash the rice until I have that clear water that tells me that it's clean. I think it's just my thinking. Like, it's not everybody that wash their rice the same way. Some people wash their rice once or twice and they're okay. But here in this particular situation, using this recipe, I'm just washing my rice as much as possible until I have that clear water, and then I would put my rice into the pot. So I am washing it right now. If you are not from Nigeria and you have other recipe from other African countries, you're welcome to share your recipe too, and tell me about how it tastes, and we'll see. Like, we'll just compare and see the difference. So yeah, it looks like my sauce is ready, and take a look at it. It looks yummy already. You can see, like, at this point I turned off the heat because I don't want the sauce splashing all around. I try as much as possible to control the splashing, because I know a lot of people don't even want to cook this food because of the splashing sauce. So yes, you can turn down the heat. You can turn it off at some point if you want. So here the sauce is ready. I'm transferring the rice into the sauce, and I'm just going to be mixing it together. You want everything to mix, so you don't want to have the sauce in one side and the rice in the other side. You want your sauce to mix into your rice. So I am mixing everything together. Yeah, so this is me mixing the rice and the sauce. Everything has to go in themselves. Take a look at it. Super yummy. It looks super good. It looks red. This is exactly the color I was hoping to get from this jollof rice, and yeah, look at it. It looks super good. Now, like, if you want to know the quantity of tomatoes to use for your rice, I use about 8 medium-sized tomatoes and 2 large bell peppers and 2 scotch bonnets. You can use 1 or 2 depending on your spice level, to cook 4 cups of rice. So I know that a lot of people find it difficult to balance, how much of the tomatoes you have to use for your rice. So yeah, I'm putting a little bit of water, just a little bit, half cup of water. That's what I'm using here, and you can see the water did not cover every part of the rice. I did that on purpose because it's the steam that I need to cook the rice at this point. I'm going to be putting my oven on 350 degrees Fahrenheit to be able to cook this rice. So I'm covering I'm covering right now, and I'm going to be putting in the oven. I know a lot of people, cook theirs on the stove, but in this particular recipe, I'm using the oven to cook the rice. It gives it a special taste, and apart from that, you don't get to waste anything. Nothing gets burnt. Everything comes out perfectly. That's the benefit of using oven to cook your jollof rice. And it's just simple, it's easy, it's quick. So yeah, I brought out my jollof rice after about 20 minutes, and I put my onions. If you notice, I had onions at the beginning of this video, but I never used it. I just like the sweet taste that it has when I put it at this stage. So I'm going to have a little bit of crunchy onions and sweet. So here is what my jollof rice looks like at the end of the day. It tastes yummy, it looks good, it's bright, it's vibrant. Trust me, it was yummy. If you are new to my channel, subscribe, share, like, comment. Let me know what you think when you try this recipe. I'll be posting new videos soon. Thank you so much. Bye.